In this video, we are going to be talking about how convinced the judge needs to be in order to issue a domestic violence restraining order. My name is Veronica. I am a domestic violence defense attorney here in California, and I help people put their cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. I'm also the creator of a course that teaches you everything you need to know to have your best chance at winning your restraining order hearing. It's called Defeat the DVRO, and if that is something you're interested in, you can get your free first class. Just go to defeatthedvro.com, and that link is also in the description box below. Okay, so how convinced does the judge need to be in order to issue a domestic violence restraining order? This is also called standard of proof. You may have heard that before. You may have also heard beyond a reasonable doubt. That is a type of standard of proof. But the standard for domestic violence restraining orders is preponderance of the evidence. Now, what does that mean? That means basically that the judge has to believe more likely than not that it is necessary to issue a domestic violence restraining order to prevent the occurrence of future domestic violence. Okay, so more likely than not, that is the answer. Preponderance of the evidence. Basically, more than 50%. You may be wondering, well, what does that mean for me? And what does that mean for my case? Is that good? Is that bad? So the positives for you, if you are trying to figure out, are you going to be able to convince the judge and win your case, are that if you can put on a good case and you can present yourself as a credible person, as someone who has their you-know-what together, and you're not caught in any lies, you are consistent in your statements, and the other side is not, or you think that the other side is going to lose their temper, then that could be good for you. If you think it's about equal and there is no, let's say, solid evidence either way, then as the petitioner, as the person who's filing the restraining order, that's bad for you because you are the one who has to convince the judge, and the judge has to believe you more than the other person. Ever so slightly more, but still more. If you are the respondent, that's good for you, but it's still dangerous territory, right? I mean, these restraining orders, they last for up to 5 years in California. They go on your background check. I mean, it's a big problem. But if you are correct and all goes well and you each present your case equally, and the judge looks at the both of you and says, I don't know who to believe here, then you, as the respondent, should win. Now, let's talk about the negatives. Look, if you're thinking, well, this is a he said, she said sort of case, they don't really have any solid proof, remember this. People get convicted all the time in criminal cases where the standard is beyond a reasonable doubt. People get convicted based on the word of one person. People go to prison for the rest of their lives based on the word of one person. So just because it is a he said, she said, just because there is no completely solid evidence, don't think that you don't have to prepare adequately for your hearing. You absolutely do. Now look, you can keep scrolling through YouTube trying to find all the answers, but the thing is, if you are trying to win one of these restraining order hearings and you're going to represent yourself, you don't even know what questions to ask. You don't really know what you don't know. I mean, what I teach you in this video, sure, it helps. And I have other videos too that are also helpful. But what you really need to know is, hey, here's everything A to Z in a very clear, very organized format in order to win your hearing. I mean, that is what I give you in the course. And like I said, you can get your free first class. You have literally nothing to lose. Just go click on the link in the description box. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.